As the heavy iron gates clanged shut behind him, Alex Rivera felt a wave of dread wash over him. It was his first day in the maximum security prison, a stark contrast to his former life as a passionate teacher. The echo of distant shouts and the metallic clang of doors filled the air with an ominous energy. In his diary, he penned his feelings of despair and isolation, grappling with the reality of his wrongful conviction. Memories of his students flooded his mind. Laughter in the classroom now seemed like a lifetime ago. He clenched the pen tightly, using it as a lifeline to a world that felt increasingly out of reach. Each stroke captured not just his fears, but also a longing for justice and connection. Little did he know this dark beginning would ultimately lead him to forge unexpected friendships, as deeper bonds would begin to form within the unforgiving walls of confinement. As Alex settled into the rhythm of prison life, the suffocating weight of isolation began to lift, thanks to the unexpected bonds he formed with a group of fellow inmates. Big Mike, with his towering frame and gentle demeanor, became a steadfast ally, often sharing stories about his family and dreams of a different future. Sarah, sharp-witted and fiercely independent, recounted the events that led her to prison, revealing the depths of her passion and pain. Jamal, an aspiring artist, found joy in sketching the world outside their concrete walls, inviting Alex to join him in a creative escape. Together, they forged a fragile yet resilient camaraderie, sharing laughter and heartache. Each diary entry reflected their unique struggles, reminding Alex that humanity thrived even in confinement. As their stories intertwined, a shared sense of hope emerged, illuminating a path toward redemption that none of them anticipated. As Alex settles into a routine, day-to-day survival becomes his focus. The prison's stark realities, the shouts of guards, the clinking of bars, serve as constant reminders of his confinement. He learns the unspoken rules, how to navigate the intricacies of prison hierarchy, and the importance of maintaining a low profile. Alongside Big Mike, Sarah, and Jamal, he finds small joys in shared moments, playing cards, exchanging stories under the dim lights of their cells. Yet, even within these fleeting moments of camaraderie, a gnawing fear lingers, as whispers of power struggles echo through the halls. New arrivals often disrupt the fragile balance, and the tension is palpable. Alex reflects on his friends' stories, each layer revealing their vulnerability beneath hardened exteriors. Together, they forge an unbreakable bond, navigating the chaos of their new reality, determined to rise above the circumstances that brought them together. As Alex immersed himself in the rhythm of prison life, a glimmer of hope emerged with the introduction of a creative arts program. The announcement brought a buzz among the inmates, a chance for expression amidst the harsh confines of their reality. Fueled by the energy of his friends, Alex picked up a pen, pouring his emotions into poetry, words that danced on the page, articulating his deepest yearnings for freedom and the complexities of regret. The sound of laughter and chatter filled the common area as inmates gathered to share their newfound talents. Jamal showcased his artwork, vivid strokes depicting dreams that soared beyond concrete walls, while Sarah recited powerful verses that resonated with pain and passion. In these moments of vulnerability, a transformative bond formed, allowing them to carve out an identity not solely defined by their pasts. As creativity blossomed, so did their spirits, illuminating the path to survival and self-discovery within the confines of their existence. As the weeks passed, a creative arts program was introduced in the prison, bringing an unexpected light to the monotonous days. Excitement buzzed through the inmates as they gathered in the workshop, where supplies for writing, painting, and music awaited. Inspired by this opportunity, Alex picked up a pencil and began to write poetry, pouring his emotions onto the page. Each word became a release, a way to express feelings of loss, hope, and dreams of freedom. Big Mike shared his charcoal sketches, illustrating memories of his childhood, while Sarah's haunting lyrics resonated with the pain of her past. Jamal revealed vibrant canvases that captured his vision of a world outside bars. As they collaborated, the bonds between them strengthened, creating a sanctuary amidst their harsh reality. The power of creativity transformed their experiences, making the prison walls feel a little less confining and igniting a spark of resilience that promised survival in the darkest of places. As days turn into weeks, whispers of change ripple through the prison walls, carried by the unseen currents of hope. The outside world is buzzing with reform efforts, igniting a flicker of possibility within the hearts of the inmates. Yet for many, this spark is tempered by the fear of the unknown, a daunting prospect after years of confinement. Alex's diary entries become more introspective, capturing the bittersweet tension between longing for freedom and grappling with the reality of reintegration. He wonders if he can escape the shadow of his past and find acceptance in a society that has labeled him a criminal. Amidst these reflections, poignant discussions with Big Mike, Sarah, and Jamal reveal their own fears about returning to a world that has moved on without them. Together, they contemplate what freedom truly means, recognizing that their shared experiences have woven an unbreakable bond that transcends the prison walls, giving them strength amidst uncertainty. The days in prison began to weave a tapestry of shared experiences, where moments of connection became lifelines for Alex and his friends. One evening, amidst the monotonous clanking of metal and distant echoes, they decided to organize a small talent show, inspired by the creative arts program. As they gathered in the dimly lit common room, laughter filled the air, punctuated by the nervous shuffling of feet and whispered encouragements. Big Mike prepared to showcase his surprising guitar skills, while Sarah recited a haunting poem about lost love, her voice a melody of vulnerability. Jamal unveiled a series of intricate sketches, each one telling a story of hope and resilience. In that charged atmosphere, the boundaries of their pasts dissolved, replaced by a sense of community and understanding. Alex felt the weight of his burdens lift, realizing that amidst the harsh realities of confinement, their shared laughter and creativity forged bonds stronger than the bars that held them captive. As the days dragged on, the oppressive weight of confinement began to take a toll on Alex's mental state. He often felt enveloped by fog, an inescapable haze of anxiety and despair that seeped into every corner of his mind. During quiet moments, when the cacophony of the prison faded into the background, memories of his past life would surface, intensifying his longing for freedom. Conversations with Big Mike, Sarah, and Jamal became a vital lifeline, their shared vulnerabilities forging deeper connections. They exchanged stories of pain and resilience, each one echoing a silent understanding of their collective struggle. They often sat in the corner of the yard, discussing coping strategies to navigate the psychological labyrinth of incarceration. Whether through shared laughter over silly anecdotes or tender discussions about their dreams, these moments became the glue that held them together, illuminating paths to healing amidst the dark realities of their existence. As the days wore on, the urgency of Alex's situation grew heavier on his heart. He spent hours poring over legal books in the prison library, our minds whirling with the complexities of law he never thought he'd need to understand. Each entry in his diary was a mix of hope and frustration, detailing his communications with lawyers and advocacy groups fighting for his exoneration. He often gathered with fellow inmates, discussing the flaws in a justice system that had failed them all. Jamal, always the dreamer, envisioned a mural depicting their stories, while Sarah recounted her own battle against a system that felt indifferent to personal narratives. Surrounded by men and women seeking redemption, Alex found camaraderie and shared aspirations, bonding over their collective desire to prove their worth and reclaim their narratives. With each passing day, the flicker of hope became a lifeline, urging him forward in his relentless search for justice. A pivotal moment unfolds as Alex sits in the dim light of his cell, the air thick with anticipation. He receives a letter from his attorney bearing news of a potential legal breakthrough. New evidence has surfaced that could exonerate him. Excitement mixes with anxiety as he shares this revelation with Big Mike, Sarah, and Jamal during their evening gathering. The atmosphere shifts, laughter mingling with tears as they celebrate fleeting hope, but the weight of uncertainty lingers. They discuss what this means for Alex's future, each weighing the implications of forgiveness and redemption. Each diary entry captures the raw emotions, the fear of disappointment, the flicker of hope, and the deepening bonds of friendship. In this confined space, amidst the walls that once felt like a prison, they begin to understand that redemption is not just a legal term. It's an emotional journey that transforms lives, even in the darkest places. As the days grew shorter and tension thickened in the prison, Alex felt the weight of anticipation pressing down on him. Rumors of formal announcements regarding his legal hearing circulated among the inmates, igniting a mix of hope and anxiety. With each passing moment, the air crackled with uncertainty. Bonds formed during their shared struggles were tested, as some inmates began to fear what Alex's potential release might mean for their own futures. Big Mike often spoke of legacy, reminding the group that their time together had forged connections deeper than confinement could sever. Emotions ran high as Alex found solace in the ongoing support of his friends, sharing moments of reflection and humor that momentarily dulled the harshness of their surroundings. As they gathered for a final game of cards, laughter reverberated through the yard, underscoring their shared humanity amidst the looming pressures of uncertainty. As the days grew shorter and anticipation mounted, the prison buzzed with a palpable energy surrounding the formal announcement of Alex's upcoming legal hearing. Inmates whispered encouragement to one another, forming an unexpected yet profound circle of solidarity. The weight of their collective hopes rested on Alex's shoulders, and he could feel their faith bolstering his courage. A talent show had been hastily arranged, providing an outlet for creativity and expression, a way for everyone to channel their fears and dreams into art. Late into the nights, they gathered to rehearse, laughter mingling with tears as shared stories poured forth. In those vulnerable moments, the barriers of judgment dissolved, revealing the humanity beneath the surface. As Alex reflected on the possibility of freedom, he felt an overwhelming mix of fear and hope, contemplating not only what awaited him beyond the bars, but also the unbreakable bonds forged inside. Every heartbeat echoed with the promise of change, urging him to believe in a new dawn approaching. As the day of the hearing dawns, a nervous energy hangs in the air, thick with unspoken hopes and fears. Alex sits in the courtroom, surrounded by the echoes of his own heart pounding against his ribcage, a steady reminder of what's at stake. With each passing moment, he feels the weight of his friends' expectations, alongside his own desperation for freedom. When the judge finally enters, silence envelops the room, as if time has paused for a collective breath. As the verdict is read, a mix of disbelief and elation washes over him. The shouts of joy from his supporters contrast sharply with the muffled murmurs of the courtroom, filling Alex with an overwhelming sense of possibility. His friends, who have become family, share in this bittersweet moment, their eyes gleaming with pride and hope. Each inmate impacted by Alex's journey reflects on their own paths, ignited by the flicker of redemption.